Hello and welcome back to another Hunger Games Simulator video. The theme of the simulation is indie games. Now I'm going to put up on screen right now everyone who suggested this theme, and thank you to everyone who did because I love the theme idea, because I love indie games. One of these characters are actually from a game that I consider to be my favorite game. Some of you guys might know who that is and what game it is because I mentioned it in another Hunger Games video. So let's get into the contestants. So now we actually have some returning contestants from previous Hunger Games videos because some of these characters are from an indie game that actually have had their own theme before, with their own video. So I thought, you know what, why not bring 6 characters back, because usually whenever I make a sequel I bring back 6 characters from the previous Hunger Games. So the first contestant who is also returning is Freddy Fazbear. Now, oh my god guys, he's been in so many Hunger Games. This is like his 6th chance. Like the amount of times he's returned, it's actually crazy. If you want to recap on his story so far, he was originally in my supervillain Hunger Games 2, then he died in that one, he came back in his own FNAF Hunger Games, died in that one, then obviously after dying he became kind of like withered, you know, he came back as withered Freddy. He died in that one. Then he became a ghost. You see it? Then he died again. And then he became like so dead that he became this nightmare animatronic looking thing, and then he died again. And he died so many times that he just reverted back into Freddy Fazbear. To be fair, he actually has gotten 2nd place before. He's gotten really close to winning, he just hasn't actually won it yet. Let's see, is this finally his time to win? You never know, I guess we'll find out. Also returning in District 1 is Slender Man. Now he was in my Creepypasta Hunger Games, and then he was also in my horror movie Hunger Games. So he got 19th place in the Creepypasta one, and then he got 11th place, I'm pretty sure, in the horror movie one. So he's only improved since his last appearance, so maybe he'll improve all the way to the win now. The District 2, there is Creeper.
Oh man.
He was in the Minecraft Hunger Games, and he got 7th place. Then District 2, there's also Cuphead, obviously returning from the Cuphead Hunger Games. I forgot how good he did, but I'll put up on screen right now. This is his placement. Then District 3, there is Sans, you know, default dancing Sans. Oh my god, guys, it's my outro. He got 13th place in the Undertale Hunger Games. Then the final contestant who's returning from a previous Hunger Games is Dirtfish. I was thinking, like, who do I bring back from the Terraria Hunger Games? And, you know, it just seemed like the obvious choice to me. Funny enough, other than Freddy Fazbear that one time where he got 2nd place, Dirtfish is actually the best of these returning contestants because he got 4th place. Let's get into the new contestants from these indie games. In District 4, there is Bendy, obviously Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Hi!
It was very tempting to put in Boris because I love Boris, but you know, Bendy looks better in the thumbnail. Although it really makes me want to make it like a Bendy and the Ink Machine Hunger Games. If you guys want to see that, let me know. And also District 4, there is Baldi. That was the worst looking game. I guess it's supposed to be bad, right? Like, is this supposed to look horrendous? Then District 5, there is Splunky Guy. If you're a true OG of this channel, which you're probably not, because if anyone watched my older videos, they would have left by now. But if you're a true OG of the channel, you would know that Splunky was a series I had that actually lasted a while. It had a lot of episodes. So Splunky kind of has like a thing that kind of resonates with the channel a little bit. At least I feel like it does. So much to the point that Rocky, which is a rock from Splunky, made it into my 22 One Hunger Games. Then also in District 5, there is Tim. He's from a game called Braid, which involved time travel. I don't know. There was like rip-off Goomba. Then in District 6, there's... So if you didn't know, this is the game I'm talking about. I freaking love Super Meat Boy. I have a crippling addiction to Super Meat Boy. It's actually bad. Someone save me. I need help. No, like, it's crazy. I've beaten this game fully, like, at least, like, 10 times. I don't know how it can be my favorite game when I played it so many times. Like, it just, there's something about it, you know? Also in District 6, there is Isaac from another Edmund McMillan game. He is my Lord and Savior, actually. District 7, there is Hollow Knight. Dean from the Boys videos loves Hollow Knight, but also hates Hollow Knight, and I really don't even know what it is. All I saw was a giant beetle, and I was like, cool. But the game seems kind of cool, I guess. And also in District 7, there's another Knight. We got Shovel Knight. Then District 8, we have another Knight. We have Orange Knight.
Leave me alone!
Castle Crash is another game that I absolutely love, though. Like, this game was great. Then also in District 8, there is Hattie Haddington. Then District 9, there is the final Behemoth game character, and that's Alien Hominid. Then also in District 9, there is Fez. In District 10, there is Madeline. She's from Celeste. Also in District 10, there is Shantae. Then also in District 11, there is Green from Among Us. Oh my god, this is sus. This is like suspicious. This is like some sus activity. Like this is some like imposter level sus, you know? Like this is suspicious. This is so sussy, sus. Okay, also District 11, there's Limbo Boy. He's from Limbo. Then District 12, there is Wilson from Don't Starve. I could rant about Don't Starve for like a solid 20 minutes, I'm not even gonna lie. Listen, if you guys like Don't Starve, I won't judge you, except I will. Because, like, the game is so... The stupid brain bar. The fact that there's a brain bar. Why is there a brain bar? And our final contestant is Untitled Goose from Untitled Goose Game. He got a bell. Anyways, let's proceed and see who will win the Hunger Games Simulator Indie Game Edition. Comment down below who you want to see win. And also comment down below what's your favorite indie game. Even if it's not in this Hunger Games, I'm just curious to know what your favorite indie game is. And maybe if I make a sequel, I could add a character from it. As a tribute stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Hollow Knight finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Shovel Knight runs away from the cornucopia. Shantae finds a canteen full of water. Slenderman runs away from the cornucopia. Orange Knight and Sans work together to drown Isaac. He drowned in his tears. Madeline runs away from the cornucopia. Creeper scares Splunky Guy away from the cornucopia. You know, I could see a creeper being in Splunky. Freddy Fazbear runs away from the cornucopia. Cuphead runs away from the cornucopia. Wilson finds a canteen full of water. It's called Don't Starve, not Don't, thirst, hydration to death. Green takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. I don't know, man. That's kind of sus. Baldy runs away from the cornucopia. Untitled Goose snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Hattie Haddington runs away from the cornucopia. Bendy runs away with a lighter and some rope. Super Meat Boy runs away from the cornucopia. He's a pretty fast guy, you know. Tim gathers as much food as he can. Fez runs away from the cornucopia. Dirtfish runs away from the cornucopia. Alien Hominid runs away from the cornucopia. And Limbo Boy also runs away from the cornucopia. But that's the slowest run, like, ever. Bendy is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Is he bleeding ink now? Alien Hominid stalks Creeper. Freddy Fazbear defeats Hattie Haddington in a fight, but spares his life. Limbo Boy dies from an infection.
The giant enemy spider.
Shovel Knight makes a wooden spear, but you have a shovel. Like, you don't need a weapon. Untitled Goose attacks Madeline, but she manages to escape. Tim and Slenderman threaten a double suicide. It fails, and they die. Well, there goes Slenderman's thing about, you know, doing better each time he came back. But Tim, bro, has the power of time on his side, and then he kills himself. Splunky Guy searches for firewood. Dirtfish chases Shantae. An army of goats break into the arena. This is a Goat Simulator reference, by the way. Hattie Haddington runs for their life while a goat chases them. Fez runs for their life while a goat chases them. Hollow Knight runs for their life while a goat chases them. A goat uses a jetpack to fly into Shantae, killing them. Freddy Fazbear runs for their life while a goat chases them. Spandy runs for their life while a goat chases them. Madeline runs for their life while a goat chases them. Shovel Knight and Orange Knight get trampled by goats. Two knights fallen in battle by a goat. You would think he would just be able to scare them away with fire or something. The goats would just run through fire, honestly. The goats have no fear. If a goat was a character in the Hunger Games, he would win, like, without a doubt. That's why he had to be an event. He would be too strong. A goat used a jetpack to fly into Dirtfish, killing them. A goat licks Cuphead and throws them off a mountain. Probably just wanted to taste Cuphead. Hey yo, hold on, pause. Green runs for their life while a goat chases them. A goat used a jetpack to fly into Alien Hominid, killing them.
Light work, no reaction.
Ooh. Okay, it's got a little kick.
Baldy runs for their life while a goat chases them. A goat used a jetpack to fly into Splunky Guy, killing them. No, Splunky Guy! Goat used a jetpack to fly into Untitled Goose, killing them. Wilson runs for their life while a goat chases them. Sans runs for their life while a goat chases them. A goat used a jetpack to fly into Creeper, killing them. And Super Meat Boy runs for their life while a goat chases them. See, I told you, he's fast. He could outrun them. 13 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. A lot of deaths on the first day. We got Isaac, Limbo Boy, Tim, Slenderman, Shantae, Shovel Knight, Orange Knight, Dirtfish, Cuphead, Alien Hominid, Splunky Guy, Untitled Goose, and Creeper. Baldy stays awake all night. I would too if I looked like that. Bro has one hair sticking out of his head. Wilson and Super Meat Boy talk about the tribute still alive. Hattie Haddington and Hollow Knight tell stories with themselves to each other. Fez tries to spear Fish the Trident. Baldy forces Wilson to kill Bendy or Green. He decides to kill Bendy. Oh my god, I think Green convinced him that he's not the imposter. Madeline, Super Meat Boy, and Hollow Knight hunt for their tributes. Sans receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Freddy Fazbear finds a jar of ink and starts painting with it. Is that Bendy's blood? One cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Bendy. Wilson collects a page taped to a tree. Oh god, I think Slenderman's gonna start coming after him now. Baldy, Fez, Sans, Madeline, and Green sleep in shifts. Hattie Haddington destroys Hollow Knight's supplies while he is asleep. Freddy Fazbear receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Green, Super Meat Boy, and Hattie Haddington unsuccessfully ambush Fez, Madeline, and Freddy Fazbear, who kill them instead. That sucks that they died, honestly. If Green ever has a chance of returning, we'll find out if he truly is the imposter or not. And Wilson tries to sleep the entire day. You know, Wilson still hasn't eaten yet. You know, he's drank, he's slept. I mean, I guess his brain bar is pretty full. 3 cannon shots we heard in the distance: Green, Super Meat Boy, and Hattie Haddington. Fez, Hollow Knight, and Baldy cheerfully sing songs together. Madeline and Wilson work together to drown the sands. The cornucopias replenish with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tributes' families. Hollow Knight destroys Baldy's memoirs out of spite. Madeline decides not to go to the feast. Wilson decides not to go to the feast. You're gonna starve! Freddy Fazbear is unable to convince Fez to not kill him. Well, I guess this is not Freddy's time to win the Hunger Games. Hollow Knight scares Madeline off. Baldy dies trying to escape the arena. Wilson tries to sleep for the entire day. His brain bar is good, but what about the food bar? Fez travels to higher ground. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance: Sans, Freddy Fazbear, and Baldy. Oh my god. What are the chances of that happening? Wilson dies from hunger. I was saying it the whole time. That is the most ironic thing. Madeline loses sight of where she is. Hollow Knight sets up camp for the night, and Fez cries himself to sleep. Hollow Knight severely injures Fez and leaves him to die. And Madeline dies from hypothermia. 3 cannon shots we heard in the distance: Wilson, Fez, and Madeline. Meaning the winner is Hollow Knight from District 7. He did it just in time for his new game, because didn't his new game just come out like kind of recently? Or it's gonna come out?
Sparkles and champagne. VIP my section, royalty looking sexy.
And here are all the placements. So yeah, Hollow Knight did only get 1 kill, and that was Fez. But Fez and Madeline tied for the most kills with 4 kills, which is kind of crazy because they got 2nd and 3rd, and then Hollow Knight with only 1 kill is the one that ended up winning it. Freddy Fazbear with 3 kills though, not that bad. Anyways, guys, that is it for this Hunger Games Simulator video, Indie Game Edition. I hope you enjoyed. Did any of you guys actually root for Hollow Knight? Because I feel like Hollow Knight is a pretty popular game, so I think this is a pretty favorable win right now. But I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below if you want to see a sequel to this. And if you want to see a sequel, let me know any other indie game characters that you want to see. I guess this is for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Hollow Knight, your winner. Goodbye.